We are Cronards!
And now, Rocket League presents NXT TakeOver Brooklyn.
We are in a New York state of mind as the notorious NXT is back in BK. If you don't know, now you know. This is NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3. The bonds of brotherhood are thought to be sacred. That is why Tommaso Ciampa's brutal betrayal of Johnny Gargano at NXT TakeOver Chicago following an unsuccessful NXT Tag Team Title Challenge will forever be stored into the NXT Universe collective memory bank, Nigel. The Sicilian psychopath's merciless assault on his now former best friend ensured that the team of DIY was DOA.
It absolutely did. But don't let Johnny Gargano hear you talking about Tommaso Ciampa, because he wants to move on and forget it. I don't think he can.
I think he can. I know what this man's made of. I know his heart. But the only way you can be successful in this business is to depend on yourself, because nobody can do it for you.
He promises to keep up the good fight, and he isn't riding solo. His closest confidant, Johnny Wrestling, is riding shotgun, and we'll see what kind of salvos he has in store for his opponent tonight.
Opponent, accompanied to the ring by Zelina Vega from Gomez Palacios, Durango, Mexico, weighing 215 pounds, Andrade Cien Almas.
Well, Andrade Cien Almas was the toast of the town as a third-generation luchador in his native Mexico, where he conquered the oldest sports entertainment promotion still in existence, CMLL. But Nigel, things haven't gone as well here in NXT, where he's taken his fair share of L's. But now it appears, with his longtime business manager, Zelina Vega, by his side, that things may be about to improve.
It certainly looks that way. We saw on NXT TV, Vega has had a significantly positive impact on Almas.
So Almas appearing to be refocused, and he will need to be focused tonight against Johnny Gargano. We are here at a boisterous Barclays Center in Brooklyn, Morinello, flanked by Nigel McGuinness and Percy Watson. All of NXT's gold up for grabs tonight, Nigel.
Certainly is. The tag team titles are on the belt. They really have the opportunity tonight. The Monsters, Authors of Pain, take on the team that left them lying. Sanity, and of course Asuka. This amazing streak, the undefeated, most dominant champion in NXT history, defends her title against a woman who waited all summer for this opportunity, Ember Moon.
Hey, but let's talk about the main event. Bobby Roode is defending his title against a very driven Drew McIntyre. But right now, we got two superstars that are looking to refocus and reinvent themselves, and that's going down right now.
Yeah, both Andrade Cien Almas and Johnny Gargano would like to one day vie for the NXT Championship. And it doesn't take long for vociferous chants of Johnny Wrestling to fill the Barclays Center here in Brooklyn, the third consecutive year for NXT TakeOver. And what a way to take off in this quintessential Crossroads confrontation.
Interesting match stylistically. It's really Gargano's pace and innovation against Almas's experience and physical presence. I'd say Gargano's given up maybe 20, 25 pounds, and by the looks of it, dare I say, a good deal of strength as well.
Arm wringer by Almas.
Great technique.
Yeah, that's why they call him Johnny Wrestling. But a good reversal by Almas. The head scissors, and
look at this. Come on
now,
now.
those are some of the habits I think Zelina Vega would like to get rid of. Nigel.
I thought she was trying to break him and stuff like that.
Bridging pin.
Well, he's still on top, fellas. He's still got that side headlock. He's still in control.
Vega tweeted earlier today, flight at 5 a.m. arriving in New York, in the gym at 10, keeping the focus on the task at hand. Leapfrog by Gargano, comes off the ropes.
Here we go.
Beautiful Hurricane Rana by Johnny Wrestling, followed up by the deep arm drag.
Johnny doesn't care that Almas is 20-some pounds more than he is. Doesn't matter in his mind. Who cares?
Amazing stuff here, rolling crucifix by Gargano for a 1 count before employing that front face lock.
He's pushing those hips down, putting all of his weight across the shoulder, making it more difficult to get out of his front face lock.
Back in the day was Tim Woods, and Johnny Walker is Mr. Wrestling and Mr. Wrestling 2, and here in 2017 it's Johnny Wrestling.
Gargano do well to hold on to that front face lock. Needs to weaken the neck, looking for that Gargano escape. Shoulder lock, neck crank combination.
That's one way to escape. The back elbow by Andrade Cien Almas, driving the shoulder into the midsection of Johnny Gargano.
Another one.
Gargano lighting up almost like nearby Times Square with those knife-edge chops. And we want to give our best to two-time WWE Hall of Famer Nature Boy Ric Flair, known for his chops and known for his battle right now. All the best to Nature Boy as Andrade Cien Almas giving his best to Johnny Gargano. That's an open palm chop by Almas, but look at this, Nigel.
Knee strike down again with the right across the chest.
Vicious.
It'll be interesting to see here, Almas. Does he keep up the pace? Does he stay aggressive?
Well, Zelina Vega seems to have added that edge to Andrade Cien Almas. Game plan, and it's reaping dividends right now on Johnny Gargano, of course.
I got to say, Andrade Cien Almas looks more focused than I've ever seen him.
Obviously going to be looking for that hammerlock DDT to put Gargano away. A little early so far to go for it.
Gargano has Almas in the ropes, but it's Almas now with that hanging triangle.
It's an armbar. Look at the extension on the armbar.
And working on that left arm of Johnny Gargano is Andrade Cien Almas, so really sticking to a sound strategy in this matchup, focusing the point of his attack. And look at the #1 trend worldwide. No surprise, NXT TakeOver. Social media has been buzzing for weeks leading up to this, the crown jewel for NXT.
Just a simple armbar from Almas there. But with great technique, that can be agony.
But if the damage has already been done, just applying more just makes things worse for Gargano.
Andrade Cien Almas, a tight grip on Johnny Gargano.
Trying to keep his hips low as well. Keeping Gargano close to the mat so he can't switch out underneath to reverse the pressure. Unable to do it now, though.
Gargano back up to a vertical base. Fires off a right hand and another right hand into the breadbasket of Almas and escapes with that arm drag. Drop toe hold right into the second turnbuckle goes Almas.
Great awareness by Johnny Gargano.
Oh! Almas with a kick to the midsection. The momentum is back in his favor, or is it? The knee strike by Gargano. Oh! And a malfunction at the junction, double clothesline, and you can hear the impact. Almas battled the debuting Bobby Roode at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 2 last year. Roode will defend the NXT title against Drew McIntyre later tonight. Oh, and Gargano just putting everything.
Great technique from Gargano, looking to exchange strikes, but it seems to have worked.
Rounded roundhouse kick by Johnny Gargano after he and Almas paid tribute to Don Frye and Yoshihiro Takayama, and now the tip-up. Gargano lands on the apron. Oh, yeah! Slingshot spear by Gargano. Back press, hooks the leg in. Almas able to escape.
So close.
Let's take a look here. Almas was moving. Oh! Gargano had it scouted though, right through the middle rope. So much impact.
Gargano looking for the suplex, go behind by Almas. Waist lock. Wanted the O'Connor roll, well scouted by Gargano. Oh! Back kick right into the mush of Andrade Cien Almas. Tope! Suicida! Johnny Wrestling!
Apparently, Almas still hasn't learned.
Slingshot DDT! Shades of RVD! And Gargano with the cover! Oh! Almas able to lift that right shoulder, and in hindsight, was that the right cover, Nigel?
Perhaps not. That might be a good call. Let's take a look here. First of all, we'll see Gargano fly. Oh. Vega beside herself, and here it is, over the top rope into the DDT. Look As Morrow said there, not enough body weight on the shoulders of Almas to keep him down.
Johnny Gargano in control now, and the bigger Andrade Cien Almas, and showing some of his strength, but Almas able to escape. Almas comes off the ropes, and another! Oh, right into! Had that well scouted! Looking for the slingshot spear instead, Almas! Tornado inverted DDT! Hooks both legs! Oh! And there's the grit and the resilience, the guts of Johnny Gargano on display!
Look at the confusion on the face of Andrade right now. You can't believe it.
What a great series of maneuvers, though. Almost put together there, and then check this out here. Tornado, inverted DDT on the back of the head. Gargano's in La-La Land.
Almas does hold a victory over former NXT champion Shinsuke Nakamura. Of course, is vying for the WWE title at SummerSlam against Jinder Mahal, and Almas wants to continue his winning ways. What a chop on Gargano. And you can see the dividends that Zelina Vega is already paying Andrade Cien Almas. You said it, Percy. You've never seen him this focused.
I've never seen it. It's all a tribute to what Zelina has done for him so far. She's definitely worth her amount of commission.
Both of them in a perilous position. Gargano trying to stave off the high-impact attack of Almas with those right hands to the body. Oh, and a headbutt by Gargano.
Almost precarious, perched on the middle rope there. What's Gargano thinking here?
Whatever this is, this can't be good.
Here it is.
Sunset flip looking for the power bomb, but what an escape by Almas, and the spinning back elbow drops Johnny Gargano into the corner with a beautiful transition by Almas. Oh, and right into the enziguri by Johnny Wrestling. Oh, and a hip toss into the turnbuckles.
Back and forth this goes.
A seesaw battle to kick off NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3. Head scissors looking for the Gargano escape.
That's it.
In the center of the ring.
Gargano's got it locked in.
Still has it.
Will Almas tap to the Gargano escape.
Smart move by Johnny, keeping her away from the ropes.
Almas was able to transition.
Beautiful. And
buckle bomb. Buckle bomb by Almas. Andrade Cien Almas with the Almas annihilation. Almas drops down, back press. Oh, Johnny Gargano with the biggest escape potentially of his career.
And that continuously speaks to the resolve of Johnny Gargano. He'll reach, he'll dig deep, he'll do whatever it takes.
Thunderous show of respect for Andrade Cien Almas and Johnny Gargano, and the hunger, the desire, the competition that is NXT.
how much does Johnny Gargano have left in the tank?
And look at the focused Almas remain. The attack remains on that left arm of Johnny Gargano.
Gotta put him away though.
And the more he focuses on Gargano's left arm, the more it diminishes the effects of the Gargano escape. Should he get it again? He just nailed
He didn't need his arm for
Almas
that.
with a back kick. Oh, what a kick by Gargano.
What's this?
It's the summertime, and Gargano's playing lawn darts with Andrade Cien Almas.
That's how you get physical, Johnny Gargano. Here we go.
Gargano must be attending Burning Man next week because he is in fuego here in Brooklyn. Oh!
What is that?
Oh! The distraction of Zelina Vega results in a dropkick by Almas. Hammerlock reverse STL into the DDT. Almas records a huge win.
Here's your winner, Andrade Cien.
But let the record book show a huge assist to Zelina Vega, who threw a shirt at Johnny Gargano, but the celebration, what a match.
Let's see how this went down. It really was a back and forth matchup, each and every way. Tried for the knees in the corner. Gargano came back, missed all the way round and round and round, all the way down. Gargano escaped in the center of the ring. How Almas didn't tap, I will never know. Guts and determination. Finally managed to work his way out. And all the strength and power to pick up the smaller man, buckle bomb into the corner. He would follow that up with a thunderous double knees. Gargano barely able to kick out. It would turn around though. Gargano hitting this devastating lawn dart in the corner, but just too weak to follow up. And then finally, a moment of genius at the end of the match. Vega throwing in that t-shirt. I'm not sure. I think that was a DIY t-shirt. Getting inside the head of Gargano, and that was enough to distract him and give the opportunity for Almas to hit that hammerlock DDT and get the victory.
We talked about the renewed focus of Andrade Cien Almas. It was a momentary lapse in focus thanks to Zelina Vega that cost Johnny Gargano this match.
Whatever Andrade is paying Zelina, he needs to double. She earned her money tonight.
Well, we are just getting underway, but what a start for NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3. Wow, look who's in attendance. It's Raw General Manager Kurt Angle, SmackDown General Manager Daniel Bryan.
Wow, here for this huge event. Certainly scan for talent. The next WWE Universal Champion could be here tonight.
Look, the only thing Drew McIntyre had in his mind from the day he walked back in here was the NXT title. He's made it very clear. Opportunity of a lifetime coming up with Drew McIntyre tonight.
But coming up, it will be the NXT Tag Team Championship match. A huge mass of humanity will be in the ring as the dominant, undefeated Tag Team Champions, the Authors of Pain, square off with Sanity next.
The Book of Dominance has opened. Foretold the fall of past champions.
Authors of Pain have won the Dusty Tag Team Classic. And the Authors of Pain bulldoze their way to the titles.
A prophecy fulfilled. A blanket of dominance covers NXT.
This is pure devastation.
Complete and utter destruction.
Accept the dominance. Accept the sorrow. Accept the pain.
Whoa.
That's Nikki Cross.
Why is Nikki Cross out here?
Oh, and they roll the ring. Sanity! Killian Dane and Alexander Wolf laying waste.
The Authors of Pain walked right by Nikki Cross.
Here's the showdown. Oh, and it's on!
of a problem I think they got when here in Authors of Pain.
Well, looks like this plan backfired as the Authors of Pain are standing tall in the ring.
Sanity. You better beware. Monsters are real.
We have to end all these lies. The best way we do that? Chaos.
Here come those big monsters. Akam leading the charge.
Whoa, whoa! It's Eric Young!
I can't believe what I'm seeing here.
Oh, he's zip tying him.
No. Meanwhile, Sanity's members, Killian Dane, Alexander Wolf just laying waste to Akam.
There is Razor on the outside, cannot move.
Akam is completely helpless right now.
The NXT Tag Team Champion, they've never been treated this way.
Chaos always wins.
Barclays Center, NXT Universe, congratulations. NXT TakeOver is trending #1 worldwide. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome home to NXT our special guest commentator, Corey Graves.
The savior of misbehavior, former NXT Tag Team Champion, analyst on Raw 205 Live, Corey Graves, comes home to NXT the night before he calls SummerSlam tomorrow night. And Corey, you know a thing or two about the NXT Tag Team Championship.
You're absolutely right, and you didn't think I'd miss TakeOver Brooklyn for the world, did you? Former Tag Team Champion, to talk about the size of this match. Literally, I can't wait.
Corey, they bring the numbers, they bring the chaos, led by the Maestro Mayhem, Eric Young. Sanity set to vie for the NXT Tag Team titles. What impresses you the most about this faction?
When it comes to mind games, I don't know if there's a team more proficient than the group of Sanity. The fact that they always keep you guessing, who do you have to prepare for, which members, what do they have in mind? Because quite frankly, all 4 members seem out of their minds.
Eric Young, Killian Dane, Alexander Wolf, and Nikki Cross comprise the unhinged Sanity.
Nikki Cross, as usual, looks fit to be tied. Complete basket case in the ring.
I can't help but wonder if the master manipulator / strategist Eric Young has formulated a plan to knock off the dominant force known as Authors of Pain.
I'm certain Eric Young has a master plan, Mercy.
Alexander Wolf, Killian Dane appear to be the tandem that will be challenging the Authors of Pain for the NXT Tag Team titles. Led by the legendary Paul Ellering, Razor and Akam, undefeated Authors of Pain.
The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall, and it is for the NXT Tag Team Championship. Making their way to the ring, accompanied by Paul Ellering at a combined weight of 615 pounds. They are the NXT Tag Team Champions, Akam, Razor, the authors.
Look at this. And it is already on before it officially begins.
I can tell you, when Neville and I were the NXT Tag Team Champions, I wouldn't want a part of either of these teams.
This cauldron of enmity has reached its boiling point before the opening bell as the AOP and Sanity attacking each other like rabid animals.
The AOP are certainly furious, and you can understand why. Sanity is the only team that has left them laying in the center of the ring.
Very smart by Sanity at that point, but you've never ever seen AOP get dominated.
Sanity now looking to return the favor.
To that point, I think that might be why the Authors of Pain jump-started this fight. The amount of respect they have for what Sanity's capable of.
Eric Young looking to introduce a table to this fracas, the melee. This match is yet to officially begin. Things have broken down here at Barclays Center between two of the biggest teams in NXT.
This match isn't officially even started yet. The bell has not even rang.
Corey, what do you think has been the biggest reason AOP has been so dominant?
I mean, you've seen the size of these two guys. They are hybrid athletes on every level. Big, strong, fast, dangerous.
Let's not forget about the genius of Paul Ellering over here.
And the bell has rung, and it's official now as Alexander Wolf gets thrown across the ring by Akam.
Alexander Wolf's a big man. If you stand beside him, that is no easy task, and Akam just launched him like a toy.
Oh, and that tandem offense, the martial arts expertise of the Albanian Psycho, Akam.
Authors of Pain attacked Sanity before the bell and are now in complete control of this match. Smart strategy, you can guarantee, was put together by the Levian mind of Paul Ellering.
Fast tags employed by the tag team champions as Authors of Pain unwilling to give Alexander Wolf any opportunity whatsoever to get on track.
Akam and Razor have completely cut the ring in half already, which is very, very important strategy in any tag team contest.
Oh! My God. Wolf able to sidestep the locomotive train that was bearing down on him.
I'm not sure the ring post didn't bend. Wait a minute.
Eric Young has...
Oh, this is completely legal. Killian Dane had never tagged into the match officially.
So Eric Young has replaced Killian Dane? Was this the master plan all along?
Obviously it was. Eric Young, a master manipulator, master of mind games. Keep the AOP guessing.
Oh! And Eric Young finds himself clotheslined over the barricade into the NXT universe, so it's now Eric Young and Alexander Wolf representing Sanity.
Well, Percy, you asked there if Eric Young had a game plan. Now you see he does.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. It's like a track meet. Eric Young is using Killian Dane like an ankle leg of a race. You use your fastest and your strongest guys, the one who's going to bring it home.
Razor just raining down cinder blocks on Alexander Wolf.
And Eric Young taking the fight to the NXT universe.
Sanity needs to get back in the ring. That's the only way they can win the NXT Tag Team Championship.
That's right, the champion's advantage. Oh, shoulder first goes Akam.
Two outrageous shots to the shoulder of Akam.
And the brawl now being brought back to ringside. Meanwhile, in the ring, Akam controlling Alexander Wolf, looking for a respite. So the referee trying to restore some law and order in what has been a chaotic start to this NXT Tag Team title match. Should we be surprised? Of course not. Double team!
Wow!
Canadian backbreaker rack
That was horrifying.
Into the X Factor, and Akam, Razor showcasing their brute strength, the cover by Razor. He gets a 2 count.
Seems like the train's back on the tracks as far as AOP are concerned.
And the Authors of Pain wanting to write another brutal chapter in this NXT Tag Team title reign.
Take a look at this ridiculous, game-changing power from Razor.
Canadian backbreaker rack and then face first on the canvas. And Eric Young now trying to strike his way out of harm's way, but is caught again in the Authors of Pain. With a stomp. And he kicks out Eric Young, just barely escapes.
Guarantee you, Eric Young has a boot print on his heart after that one.
And those vicious cross faces by Akam. And really the story of the match, Corey, has been the effective tag team continuity by the NXT Tag Team Champions.
Well, you're right, the Authors came out of the gate strong, threw Sanity off of their game. Sanity answered with the Eric Young switch, but the AOP seemed to have regained control of everything.
Perhaps they still have one trick in their bag, though. They've got that big Killian Dane on the outside. Could be a factor.
Authors of Pain became NXT Tag Team Champions in January of this year, beating DIY at NXT TakeOver San Antonio.
I mean, Akam and Razor are about as close to unstoppable as we've seen in NXT, maybe ever. Razor now with a head and arm triangle on Young in the center of the ring. EY's in big trouble.
Oh, and Young looking to release the grip with those back elbows, now wanting to find sanctity in his corner, but Akam has other ideas. Or make that Razor.
Razor just has raw, ridiculous power. The size of that man just squeezing the life out of Eric Young.
Yeah, with that arm triangle just really mitigating and just neutralizing Eric Young. He could render him unconscious.
Oh, look at this.
It is attempting to cut off the blood to the brain with that carotid artery, similar to a sleeper hold.
Yeah, Razor with a background in mixed martial arts, well versed
You gotta wonder
those disciplines.
You gotta wonder right now if Eric Young's rethinking his game plan. Maybe the bigger, more powerful Killian Dane would have been a better option to combat the power of the Authors of Pain.
In a 2-on-2 fair matchup, I would agree with you. But I don't think this is going to be a fair 2-on-2 matchup. And that being the case, to have that guided missile on the outside could be the perfect plan.
Young hands on the apron, puts a shoulder into the midsection, looking for that baseball slide through the legs, but look at the power, the raw strength of Razor.
Wow.
Incredible show of brute strength, and then sends Young back first, crashing to the canvas.
Whatever breath Razor didn't squeeze out Eric Young, he drove out with the throw.
And oh! Razor misses with that elbow drop. And the mettle of Eric Young now being tested. Decorated career, now the leader of Sanity, and escapes that avalanche attempt by
He's got to make a tag.
Razor.
Eric Young still has half the ring to go to tag in Wolf, who looks very, very ready.
Chomping at the bit. Alexander hungry like a wolf to get into this matchup. Tag is made, in comes Wolf. Oh, and delivers a big boot.
Smart move by
Akam.
Wolf. Akam wasn't prepared. Wolf made him pay.
Now Wolf running over the bigger Razor. Oh, and another big boot to the face.
And the Axeman from Dresden chopping down his opponents.
Here comes Akam. No way.
I
can't believe it.
By Wolf. Oh, and man, I was going to say that would have been incredibly impressive. And
It's still working.
it is. German suplex with a release, and Alexander Wolf.
The madman.
Dance your face off, kid. You deserve it after that feat of strength.
The first German recruit of the WWE Performance Center started training at the age of 13. Now a win away from becoming an NXT Tag Team Champion.
That could be it. We got new champions.
Oh! And Akam in to save the day for his partner Razor. Dispatches Eric Young. And Authors of Pain looking to once again take control, but Alexander Wolf, a man possessed in this matchup, but the numbers game too strong. Oh! Double team maneuver there by the Authors of Pain. Oh, and Wolf kicks out.
Percy, you've spent enough time in the ring. You know that there's some opponents you just can't prepare for this type of power. No matter what strategy you have, sometimes you meet someone that's just too strong. I think that may be what we're seeing here.
I have to completely agree. Authors of Pain, they're just too big, they're too fast, they're just too dominant.
And again, high risk, high impact offense. Oh, Frankensteiner by Wolf!
There goes Akam to the outside.
Alexander Wolf, by hook or by crook, remains in this matchup.
This could be Sanity's moment.
Crawling, scratching his way to the corner, tag made, and in comes Eric Young.
Young had a few moments to compose himself.
Neck breaker by EY. Going all the way to the high rent district where the champion. Oh! Instead, he gets crushed on the top turnbuckle by Razor. What a gritty battle. What a hard-hitting affair for the NXT Tag Team titles.
You're absolutely right, but all the punishment that Eric Young endured earlier might have just been too much. Oh, no.
Wow. Oh, Nikki Cross doing her best to try to save. Oh, no. Standing. Just powerbombed his partner.
Wolf sent into the barricade. Eric Young on the top rope.
Eric Young dropping the big elbow.
Like a stake through the heart.
Oh, and
wow.
The Authors of Pain.
What lucky ring positioning the Authors had themselves there.
By the thinnest of margins, as thin as a piece of paper in there. In Paul Ellering's playbook, they survived, but Eric Young coming off the ropes. Tope Suicida.
You've got to pull out all the stop. This is a massive opportunity for Sanity. There goes Wolf.
Leg shot Pescado by Alexander Wolf. Are you kidding me?
That's the type of effort it takes if you want to win the NXT Tag titles.
And Nikki Cross is feeling it.
Brooklyn, don't encourage this woman. She's nuts.
Well, Paul Ellering might have something to say about this.
Sometimes the general has to stand up for his troops. Oh, no.
The wily Nikki Cross at the top turnbuckle. Plancha. Oh, she's caught by Akam.
Oh, here comes
Mamma mia!
This is why I miss NXT.
Nikki Cross fighting a big bullet for her Sanity teammates.
Talk about ride or die. Just reinvented what that means. Nikki Cross and Sanity.
Look what they've done, though. They've taken out one of the Authors of Pain. It's 2-on-1 now, finally.
And Alexander Wolf with the tag.
And they get big Razor out.
Belly to back suplex. Neck breaker. We have new champions. Tag team champions.
Here are your winners and new NXT Tag Team Champions, Sanity!
That was truly an all-around team effort for Sanity.
All the planning, all the preparation has finally paid off for Eric Young and Sanity here tonight. We got new tag team champions, fellas.
We know Sanity thrives on chaos. Lord Baelish's prophecy never held more true in NXT. Chaos is indeed a ladder.
Eric Young, Alexander Wolf, hoisting the NXT Tag Team titles.
Here we go. We thought Akam was coming to assist Razor, but Nikki Cross holding on to Eric Eric Young's legs preventing the double team, allowing Sanity to capitalize. And you said it, Percy, like a stake through the heart. Hey, right on the money, but as luck would have it, Akam able to save the match for a moment and the NXT tag titles. When you're having a party, gentlemen, when you're trying to win a title, let's go crazy. Let's get nuts.
Speaking of nuts, check out Nikki Cross going for it right here, but gets caught out of midair. Doesn't end there. Giving all the up to Sanity. Look at Killian Dane.
Nikki sacrificed herself for her team.
For the greater good.
And here it is, tandem offense at its finest. Wolf with the cover, lights out, authors of pain. Sanity are your new NXT Tag Team Champions. Watson, you better be careful. I had so much fun, I might kick you out of your seat.
I doubt that. I had to enjoy your face every Monday night on Raw. Now I'm forced to be in your presence. What kind of birthday is this?
Always a pleasure. Corey Graves and the celebration for Sanity continues. They become the 12th team in NXT.
Oh, wait a minute.
What is going on? That's Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly.
Look at this. It's an all-out assault from Fish and Riley.
Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly are here. One of the most decorated tag team champions from around the world. Here, together in NXT.
They dominated the ranks at ROH and New Japan, and O'Reilly and Fish combining again to take out Sanity.
Fish and O'Reilly like a couple jackals picking the bones. This is what NXT is all about. You make your name for yourself.
Sanity celebration lasting as long as a Snapchat video. And they're not just here for Sanity. They're attacking the authors of pain as well.
Listen, Fish and O'Reilly understand. You pick your spot to make an impact. And in NXT, there is no bigger spot to take over Brooklyn. Good God.
Jason the Dragon.
Statement made. Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, who both recently made their NXT TV debuts. They have a championship pedigree as a tag team, but what an all-out assault here on the NXT Tag Team division.
Oh, no, I don't think they're finished yet.
Say hello to Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly.
Well, after tonight's match, Sanity, they thought they had the answer. Fish and O'Reilly, they've changed the question.
The message has been sent loud and clear. Wow.
Whatever celebration Sanity had planned, they can go ahead and cancel. O'Reilly and Fish just rained on the parade.
Look at all this carnage. Just bodies everywhere.
An auspicious appearance at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3 for one of the top tag teams on the planet, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. But Sanity are the NXT Tag Team Champions.
That's what starts it off. 1, 2, 3, go! Ooh, yeah!
Basics, coast to coast in all over the nation.
One of the millions! From here, it's higher and higher we go.
Can't replace
Let's
it.
get this thing going.
You know you can't replace it.
This is the pinnacle of entertainment.
Clap your hands to the beat.
WrestleMania!
It will be a night forever etched in history.
Clap your hands
This
to the beat.
is the greatest moment I have ever seen.
NXT TakeOver.
Do you feel the energy in here?
Incredible.
So fast, first place in. Get ready now, tighten up your laces. Running with the big dogs, tearing up the pavement. Ball, we raise it, we working. No playing, can't find a replacement.
Just being a jerk.
You are being a jerk right now, Rosenberg.
We were friends.
Nobody is better on the ropes than the cruiserweights.
Clap your hands to the beat.
This is where I grew up. This is who I am.
First thing he did was hug me, and he didn't let go. It's good to be back home.
maybe for the one time in my wrestling career, this ain't about me.
This summer, we are going to have the Mae Young Classic, first ever women's only tournament.
You understand what I'm saying to you?
Should I show some more chest?
Can't replace it. No, you know you can't.
I'm still in a state of shock right now.
Clap your hands to the beat.
Special thanks to Code Orange for Bleeding in the Blur, one of the official themes of NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3 from the album Forever, available now on iTunes and Spotify.
And there he is tonight, former NXT champion Neville, and of course, former Cruiserweight champion, who gets a title opportunity against the man who beat him for the title tomorrow at SummerSlam.
And speaking of championships, there's former two-time NXT champion Shinsuke Nakamura. Big opportunity tomorrow as he faces Jinder Mahal for the WWE Championship.
Let's not forget Kalisto, a high flyer in his own right.
My God, God's grace out here. No fear, no fear.
Now, of course, the glorious champion Bobby Roode. He looks prepared. He looks ready to go for the biggest contest of his life.
So Bobby Roode set to defend the NXT Championship. Hideo Itami failed in his quest to become NXT champion, but he has become more and more frustrated, and tonight he faces one of the hottest superstars in NXT, Aleister Black.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our special guest commentator, WWE Hall of Famer, good old JR, Jim Ross!
Best to ever call a match. Joining us now, WWE Hall of Famer, the legend, good old JR, and Jim Ross. Thank you very much for joining us, gracing us with your presence here at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3.
Wouldn't miss it, guys. Thanks for having me. What an atmosphere, huh?
Wow.
I love this.
And you gotta love this.
Buy some sauce.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Tokyo, Japan, weighing 180 pounds, Hideo Itami!
Well, this matchup features two NXT superstars who have too much sauce when it comes to the striking department. Jim Ross and Hideo Itami, a decorated Japanese superstar who's found the sledding a little rough here in NXT, due in part to injuries, which are a part of the game.
I think, Mauro, what we're about to see is the kickoff classic, a kick off your head classic between two great strikers.
NXT TakeOver Brooklyn is presented by Rocket League, an award-winning hybrid of arcade soccer and driving. The Rocket League is available now for PS4, Xbox One, and Steam PC. Hideo Itami has shown his frustration. It's come to the forefront, turning his back on his partner Cassius Ohno and showing a much more ruthless side in the last few weeks. That's what I call an entrance. Big shout out to the band Code Orange, making Aleister Black's ring entrance extra special. And you know, these two are hungry to get at each other. Tommy attacking Aleister Black in a recent edition of NXT TV, and Black rendering him unconscious with his black mass. And JR, no feeling out process here.
Absolutely not. They know each other very well. It's all about who's going to kick the other's head off.
Yeah, look for Black and Tommy to try and sheet cake each other as the two preeminent strikers in NXT throw down. Black with a full head of steam and showing off his athleticism. JR, you've worn many hats, always, never pardon the pun with yours truly, but Hideo Itami and Aleister Black, these are two thoroughbreds that when you scouted talent for WWE, you were always very excited to see.
Absolutely, and you know, when Itami was signed 3 years ago, he was the hottest free agent in the entire world. He's had some bad luck with some injuries. But man, he's healthy now. He's back on track. And a healthy Itami is one dangerous apple.
Well, his compatriot Shinsuke Nakamura, who challenges Jinder Mahal for the WWE title at SummerSlam, tweeted 2-0. The big knee across the side of the head of Itami. The cover by Black for a 2 count. Shinsuke Nakamura tweeted, "Uncork the emotions" to Itami tonight.
These are like two body punchers, Mauro, in the late rounds of a heavyweight boxing fight. Their body shots are going to take a toll at some point. The body will say that's enough.
Both very versatile, both possessing educated feet and hands. I mean, their ring IQ second to none. Many people were anticipating this matchup between Aleister Black and Hideo Itami. And early, it's really anybody's matchup right now, JR. One hasn't had a chance to really impose the will.
Both men are dancing, Mauro, with what brung them, and that's the kicking game.
Oh.
The kicking game is big for both these athletes.
Itami hanging Black out to dry, and Itami now, guillotine knee drop to Aleister Black.
The precision and it was uncanny.
Raining down those right hands now, Hideo Itami again.
Show me respect.
Wanting respect. He'll beat it out of Aleister Black if he has to. What do you make in the change in the deportment of Hideo Itami lately, JR?
I think Itami thinks, Mauro, that his fans have turned their back on him, that they've taken him for granted, that he's a big star. He's been a big star around the world, and he's not being treated as such.
Cover by Itami for a 1 count. Meanwhile, what impresses you the most about Aleister Black?
His unpredictability and the fact that if he delivers black mass, it is over for anyone on this roster.
And Itami has already tasted the bad medicine that is black mass. And bringing in Nigel McGuinness now. Nigel, you also know these two individuals very well. What do you expect to see in a matchup of this type tonight?
Well, there's so much tinder to the fire here. Altercations that we saw on NXT TV. Two of the best strikers on the brand. If they go toe-to-toe, I think it could go either way. I think a better strategy is to take out your opponent's strength. Take out that striking ability.
And Black already showing some of the battle scars of what has been a hard-hitting affair, delivering as advertised, as there's that running soccer kick. He calls it spinal tap by Hideo Itami.
The first man to create extensive offense, continued offense with a ground and pound like scenario is going to tell us that he wants to get away from the kicks of the other guy.
And Percy, this bodes well for Hideo Itami, keeping a guy like Black on the canvas.
That makes perfect sense because we all know how Alexander Black responds when he's mobile. It's a bad situation for Hideo.
It's hard to kick somebody in the head when you're on the canvas. I've grown to know over the years. Smart wrestling by Itami right now.
You mentioned, JR, didn't you? Ground and pound strategy. Not pounding, but he's certainly grounded.
Yes.
And that's a great strategy, as you said. Cutting the wind off, making it difficult for Black to breathe. You can't breathe, you can't think. If you can't think, you're certainly not kicking anyone.
Black back up to his feet, clubbing forearm to the back. There's a snapmare now by Itami, continuing to focus his attack on the upper part of Aleister Black's body.
Oh, look at this.
Itami came to NXT with an amazing reputation. Some good and some not so good.
There's some amazing gamesmanship on the part. Whoa, Hideo Itami.
Like that.
Taunting Aleister Black.
Get cocky.
He's getting in Black's mind, isn't he?
I don't think Black like that at all.
It takes one shot for a fade to Black, and Aleister Black now on the attack. DDT by Hideo Itami, but Black bouncing back up. Itami goes for the lateral press, hooks the leg, and Black able to escape.
Has Itami been a little slow in the draw going for those covers, I'm wondering?
I think perhaps he's just taking his time. You have to remember, he's been knocked out by that spinning heel kick, that Black mass, so he's going to be cautious.
And I'm no doctor, nor do I play one on TV, but after a DDT like that and the amount of punishment that Aleister Black's absorbed, his nose could very well be broken, guys.
And again, Itami, smart strategy, grounding the kicker. The man that's a trained kickboxer from his native Holland, which a lot of folks consider the kickboxing capital of the world.
Started very young at the age of 9, still trains in kickboxing to this day. And that has been the biggest influence on his style. And really, Nigel, for Aleister Black, if his nose is indeed broken or incapacitated in any way, how does that impact the match?
Such a big effect. It makes your eyes water, which makes it difficult to see your opponent, makes it difficult for you to breathe, makes it difficult for you to focus. And if you had a game plan going in, you soon forget it.
Oh, Itami. Sternum first into the corner. Black, not a lot of impact on that roundhouse kick, trying to recalibrate.
Black kicking from the left side, somewhat unusual.
Yeah, but now, with those kicks, oh, and that leg sweep that drops Hideo Itami. And a vicious knee to the side of Itami's head. The Dutch Destroyer backed up to a vertical base.
You can see he's breathing through his mouth, having trouble.
Whoa! Emrata by Black, unable to catch Itami for a count of 2.
An amazing near fall. Perhaps even more amazing that Itami was able to kick out. That was some serious offense.
Well, we've seen this before, haven't we? Slowly picking up his opponent, setting up for. No!
Devastating Black elbow. And now, Black, oh, he runs into another boot from Hideo Itami. Itami using the ropes to his advantage now, up to the second turnbuckle, and looking for that tornado neck snap.
Man, how strategic was that? Like it or not.
Hideo's delivering some good offense. He's just got to find a way to finish.
Itami exploding out of the corner with a clothesline. Side press, hooks the leg. Itami, a 1 count away from victory.
An interesting point to make here, fellas. Working on the neck of Aleister Black. What's his finish? Go to sleep.
Well, they say no sleep till Brooklyn. For Itami, he would love Aleister Black to go to sleep in Brooklyn. Fisherman suplex, the cover, the hook of the leg, and Itami again. So close. And at one point, Nigel, do you get frustrated with the fact that you are nailing Black with all of this high-impact offense and yet to put him away?
I think you're seeing it here now, a little bit of frustration. But Itami has been in the ring with the very best in the world. He's been here before.
And what a shot from that backhand, man, oh man.
Itami with a full head of steam. Oh, wait. Roll through there by Black for a 2 count. Oh, and that roundhouse kick drops Itami face first.
He is out.
Like Roberto Duran after tasting the thunder of Thomas Hearns. And yeah, Itami was rendered unconscious by Black Mass on NXT TV. That kick might have done it too.
I'm not sure that Black is aware of what we are. That Itami is literally out.
Black has been hitting harder than Tupac's hit him up, and now Hideo Itami wanting to stave off the offensive display of Aleister Black.
This is instinctual for Itami. There's no way that he can be 100% right now taking those shots.
Oh, not after taking those elbows to the neck. But look at him getting right back up to his feet.
No way Black's 100% either. Both these guys have given of their body and soul.
Such an important matchup. Black wanting to continue his momentum. Itami! Oh! Avalanche Michinoku driver by Hideo Itami. And he may have paid for it with his injuring his back, Percy.
I was just getting ready to say, that took just as much out of Hideo Itami as it did Aleister Black.
It obviously did, because look at the length of time it takes to make the cover.
Able to just put an arm over and still get a 2 count. This war of attrition continuing to unfold, and Nigel.
Let's take a look off the top. I actually think, yes, perhaps a Falcon Arrow off the top.
Right.
Got all of it, but as you said, took almost as much out of Itami. Whoa!
Whoa, whoa.
He can't believe it.
Aleister Black with a dark presence.
Like something woke up in Aleister Black right here.
Aleister Black is a different human being, from my estimation. Look at these kicks now. Mano a mano, right in the pocket, Morrow.
Yeah, the cavalcade of kicks and the smorgasbord of strikes. It is on between Itami and Black. Oh! Spinning back fist by Itami. Chopping away at Black. Oh! Black catches him with the knee. But it's Itami with the Falcon Arrow.
The cover.
Oh, wow! How did Black escape that?
A lot of guts to kick out of that one on a long 2 count.
You gotta think of Itami maybe feeling like this is an impossible task to put away Aleister Black.
You talk about the intangible attributes that it takes to be a superstar, JR. Both of these warriors displaying it here tonight.
You're absolutely right. They both have amazing courage.
I mean, Hideo Itami has unloaded pretty much essentially his entire arsenal.
Oh, hesitation drop kick by Itami to Black in the corner.
But he hasn't hit go to sleep yet. He hasn't tried.
That's why I said
believe
almost.
He's warming up his band here, Nigel.
Damage has been done to the neck of Black. Is it enough?
Damage has been done to the nose of Aleister Black.
Here it is.
But look at the elbows from Black, staving off that GTS attempt before he eats a knee.
Right to the solar plexus, and out came the air out of Aleister Black. And he's still chanting, "Here's Itami." He wants respect.
Yep,
I would say maybe he's demanding respect, Morrow.
Yeah, it's all about the RESPECT for Hideo Itami. And this new edge seems to be serving him well in this matchup against Aleister Black. Oh! Mass! Black! Mass! And lights out for Hideo Itami!
Oh my God, what a shot!
And this epic clash,
Aleister Black!
Black just rocked Itami like the Casbah to remain dominant in his run here in NXT, JR.
Absolutely. And man, we saw one hell of a wrestling match here, gentlemen. And what else would you expect from NXT TakeOver?
And what a huge victory, Nigel, for Aleister Black, vanquishing Hideo Itami, who recently was vying for the NXT Championship. You wonder how much longer it's going to be for Black to get his opportunity at the most prestigious prize in NXT.
Yes, that's certainly a question. But Itami, what a showing by the striking sensation from Japan. Let's see how this all went down. Hideo Itami took it to Black time and time again. Took the knee there, but instead turned it around. Falcon Arrow in the middle of the ring, but a very close near fall. 2 7/8. And as the match would continue, he would continue to push that pressure, but ultimately, it was that spinning heel kick, Black Mass, that sealed the victory.
Watch this. Watch this impact. Cut right there. You see it all. A slobber knocker of a kick, to say the very least, for Aleister Black.
Right across the jaw. He was out cold, but I believe he showed something today. We are going to see big things for Hideo Itami in the future. Mark my words.
And a big thanks to WWE Hall of Famer. There is only one, Jim Ross, and good old JR. A pleasure calling this Instant Classic with you, my friend.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate being here. Have a great night.
It has been a great night for Aleister Black, who picks up one of the toughest victories of his impressive NXT tenure. What a homecoming it has been thus far. NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3 here at the electric Barclays Center in BK. And we are set for more thrilling action.
And here we are in the presence of greatness. 3 of the 4 horsewomen, former NXT alums, went on to great things.
Yep, the house is full of former NXT champions, but the most dominant NXT champion of all time, Asuka, the Empress of Tomorrow, defends her title tonight against Ember Moon.
And there is the woman who will be challenging the Empress of Tomorrow tonight. The biggest match of her career ahead of her. She looks determined. Can she beat Asuka?
It has been a record-breaking reign for NXT Women's Champion Asuka. Does the domination continue tonight, or is Ember Moon the one to finally dethrone the most dominant champion in NXT history?
She is the longest current reigning champion in all of WWE.
What a dominant reign it has been for the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka.
Nobody is ready for Asuka! Did you see that? Nobody can stand with me. It's mine!
I want to be the one that finally takes down the undefeated Empress.
Asuka unbeaten ever since she debuted here in NXT. However, a newcomer has come to challenge for the title. Ember Moon's deadly eclipse. Will it pay dividends tonight?
This is the chance.
Ember Moon is in position. Could it be time for the eclipse? Asuka using the official, sending the official into the ropes.
To me, Asuka is nothing more than the most difficult puzzle I have ever had on my warpath. And every time I think that I got the puzzle solved, she changes it. She will do anything to keep that NXT Women's Championship around her waist.
I'm still champion.
But you know what? Time heals all wounds. But battle scars last forever.
Ember Moon shining bright in the NXT arena tonight.
Perhaps there were question marks after the injury for Ember Moon. To me, no questions anymore.
I want Asuka at TakeOver Brooklyn!
You were considered to be one of the most dominant champions that has ever set foot in WWE.
But one thing sticks out to me. You've only taken shortcuts with one person. Me. I've beaten Ember before. I will beat her again! Again!
Ember Moon all over the NXT Women's Champion Asuka. Moon from the top, eclipse on the NXT Women's Champion.
Asuka, I am going to end your undefeated streak to become the next NXT Women's Champion.
and her Moonlighters, which includes her entire family, here tonight. Hopes that the Great American Eclipse occurs 2 days early. Asuka's already been on the receiving end of Moon's signature move, and Moon would love to eclipse Asuka's unprecedented reign with another one here tonight.
Well, this is the resident NXT War Goddess' second opportunity for the NXT Women's Championship. And you could make an argument that perhaps she was unprepared the first time, but after sitting out the summer with a shoulder injury at the hands of the champion, I think she is ready and determined to become the next champion.
Percy, like rising rapper Cardi B, Ember Moon is all about the money moves. She hopes to make it rain on Asuka's record-shattering title reign tonight. What's her best path to victory?
Hitting the Eclipse bottom line.
Of tomorrow has proven to be an emissary of excellence today. Asuka's title reign has reached the Fortune 500 range this past Thursday. Asuka surpassed Rockin' Robin for the longest title reign in modern WWE history. The Japanese Joshi Fururetsu juggernaut has enjoyed the view from the NXT penthouse for a record 504 days.
Unbelievable. It's crazy. It's mind-blowing to think that Asuka's entering her second TakeOver Brooklyn undefeated.
Asuka's record-setting 8th title match at an NXT TakeOver event, and this her 10th match at an NXT TakeOver event, more than any other superstar in history. She's rewriting the record book tonight.
There's no question about it, and looking resplendent in a new golden garb. The Empress of Tomorrow could carry on the streak if she can avoid the Eclipse.
And in the modern era, this could be the greatest streak ever of none other than Goldberg, who had an infamous streak of his own, tweeting support for Asuka this week, and even the guy who ended his streak, Kevin Nash, tweeting support. So everyone talking about the NXT Women's title match, the record-breaking Asuka, and Ember Moon, who is laser-focused. She is all in tonight.
Now, speaking of Ember, let's talk about a little history here. Ember Moon debuted here just a year ago right here in Brooklyn. How amazing would it be if she were to dethrone Asuka right here where it all started for her?
The following contest is a women's division match scheduled for one fall. And it is for the NXT Women's Championship. Introducing the challenger from Dallas, Texas, Ember Moon. And her opponent from Osaka, Japan, she is the NXT Women's Champion, Asuka!
It was here at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 2 last August that Asuka defeated Bayley for the NXT Women's Championship. She has never been defeated in an NXT ring. Bayley, of course, sitting at ringside. What a start by Ember Moon, the element of surprise.
Way to go, Ember. Take the fight right to Asuka. Don't wait.
Basement dropkick and the quick cover by Moon for a 1 count. As she has discombobulated the NXT Women's Champion early. Oh, well scouted there by Moon.
Nice suplex there from Moon. Will the streak continue? Tweet about it, #TheStreak.
Ember Moon with a full head of speed, baseball slide. Asuka trying to regroup here in the early stages. Oh, and that's one way to do it. Those lightning quick kicks of Asuka fully on display early. Oh, but two can play at that game. And Moon willing to just throw caution to the wind early. Oh, cannonball by Moon! And rolling right over Asuka. Wasting little time is the upstart Ember Moon.
Taking a big risk early on, but you've got to do that against a champion the caliber of Asuka. Look at the precision. We even heard that her lower back hitting against the jaw of Asuka. A lot of damage done.
Smart of Asuka to roll out the ring here. Take a moment to go.
Asuka with a reversal there, driving Ember Moon into the unforgiving steel steps to buy more precious time to recover, to allow the NXT Women's Champion.
Like an injured animal lying in wait, and then she pounced.
Remember, the only way that Ember Moon can become NXT Women's Champion is via pinfall or submission in the squared circle.
Oh, she took a look.
Oh, on a steel ramp. Oh my goodness.
No give whatsoever, and you see she clearly targeted that injured shoulder of Ember Moon.
Asuka, the fifth and most dominant NXT Women's Champion. The referee administering the count. The veteran rolling Moon back into the ring. Oh. Roundhouse kick to that injured arm, and another kick to the left arm of Ember Moon.
Now Asuka is going to focus on that injured joint without a doubt. Possibly set up that shoulder for the Asuka lock.
That's exactly what the Cerebral Champion is doing.
Look at this. Look at the strain.
If ring IQ were measured, Asuka would be a Mensa member.
Oh,
wow,
man.
Look at the torque, and the arm is not supposed to bend that way.
Asuka just continuing to manipulate the joint of Ember Moon, trying to valiantly fight back, but back to the hammerlock goes Asuka.
Keep in hold though. Asuka has learned from the very best in the world, being in the ring with guys like Fit Finlay and Minoru Suzuki as well, who are masters of just tearing apart a body.
You got to think, if Ember Moon re-injures this shoulder, she's going to have a hard time defeating the likes of Asuka.
Asuka looking for the hip toss.
Oh.
So these two have done their homework. Asuka and Ember Moon. Oh! Yes. What an STO by Asuka! Space Tornado Ogawa, popularized by another Japanese compatriot. But it's Asuka now who just continues to impose her will and skill on the challenger.
No way for Moon to protect herself at all.
Asuka taking pride in this methodical, the systematic breakdown of her challenger Ember Moon, and peering at the NXT alum at ringside. Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Becky Lynch all have gone on to Raw and SmackDown respectively, and yet Asuka, regardless of the roster, the most dominant champion.
Look at this, look. Wow.
Octopus type hold here, Nigel.
But listen to the NXT universe come alive. But back to work on the shoulder.
Armbar.
Asuka knows she's in control. She knows she has the advantage. She takes pleasure in it.
How does Ember Moon escape, Percy?
That's a great question. We need to find that out here soon, hopefully.
Got to create some space. This might be a way of doing it. If
maybe a teardrop suplex! Teardrop suplex by Ember Moon!
Ember just answered your question for you, Mauro.
Now, can she get up to the top to hit the Eclipse, or is it too early?
I think it may be too early.
That left arm, she's really a one-winged competitor right now, and she's trying to attack with that left arm, but you can see gingerly doing so, but using her legs now, and her kicks. Oh, step up, Enziguri flattens Asuka. Do we have a new NXT Women's Champion?
Oh. Your heart goes out to Ember Moon. She just couldn't get deep enough on the pinfall attempt with the injured arm. Let's take a look here. Clearly knocks Asuka down with the Enziguri, but just couldn't get the pinfall.
Oh! German suplex into the bottom turnbuckle by Asuka, who wanted a worthy challenger, and thus far Ember Moon has been up to the task, but now finding herself in dire straits again.
Let's take a look here, this German suplex, the back of Ember Moon's skull, snapping off that bottom rope. Oh, she's looking for an
Asuka lock.
Trying for the Asuka lock. Can she get it? Nope, she moved away from that. Back for a surfboard.
Whoa.
Going from a different angle. Trying for the other arm. What versatility.
Asuka playing chess when a lot of her opponents are playing checkers, but Moon with the back elbow escapes, turns the table, and it's Moon looking for her own version of the Asuka lock. The crossface chicken wing.
She's got to try and connect those hands.
Asuka's able to get on the switch.
Oh.
There it is, I think she's got it. I can't see from my vantage point, is it in?
The backpack Asuka lock, and it's moves like this that has kept NXT TakeOver the #1 trend worldwide all night long.
Moon's got to be careful. She falls forward. She could drive her head into the mat and knock herself out.
She's carrying all of Asuka's weight and all the pressure of that Asuka lock. And there, she escapes. But for how long?
Oh, watch out!
Oh, shoulders down, and Asuka. Oh, running lariat by Ember Moon with her good arm, the right arm. What a display of grit and determination. This is for the NXT Women's Championship. A record reign for Asuka. Will it end tonight?
Damn, right on the button. Look at the speed and velocity.
I thought it was a lariat. She caught her with the point of the elbow. Both struggling to stay on their feet. Moon ducks under the clothesline. Asuka does the same. Oh, and there's the running hip attack by the NXT Women's Champion. Will it be enough to put Ember Moon away? No.
Asuka quick to follow up and continues the onslaught.
Another running hip attack, but that time Ember Moon able to block the brunt of it. Oh, and Asuka runs right into a knee from Ember Moon. Now Ember Moon looking to turn the tables. Wow! Tornado suplex from the second turnbuckle. Back press. Asuka escapes.
But again, you're seeing the effect of that injured shoulder and inability to cover Asuka deep to get enough body weight across the shoulders. If I was in there, I may not even try to hook that leg.
I was going to say, Nigel, would you even attempt the kind of offense then that doesn't Ember Moon have to make adjustments now on the fly, knowing that that left arm is not at 100%?
Well, absolutely. A real champion adapts. That's the mark of a champion.
And you know that Asuka will continue to try to focus her attack on that left arm, but right now they exchange strikes. Oh, and a well-placed series of knees to the midsection by Moon.
She's got to keep applying the pressure here.
Oh, wow! Takes the NXT Women's Champion off her feet with that vicious knee strike. Dueling chants by the NXT Universe. Both Asuka and Ember Moon worthy of the praise.
Oh, brutal kicks from the champion. Tries for another.
Moon slamming Asuka down for a 2 count. Very close to having a new NXT Women's Champion crowned in a desperation move by Ember Moon. And I hate to say it, but with each high-impact offensive move, I think she pays for it with that left arm. But it's now or never. This is what Ember Moon has always dreamed about.
Oh, too early. Asuka was lying in wait.
And I have to question again, Percy, why did Ember Moon go that high-risk route?
She has to do what she can. This is about the NXT Women's title. It's now or never for her.
I think Asuka was looking for a superplex with the arm trap, but instead, Moon now
looking for the Liger bomb. Asuka holding on for dear life. Oh, and she gets hung up in a trio bomb that stopped by Moon. Rolls over the NXT Women's Champion. Moon hooks the leg. Oh. Just a 2 count.
That was a better pinfall attempt, though. Was able to get deeper into the cover. You saw before, she covered her. She actually grabbed that arm and pulled it away from the bottom rope. That's smart, especially this late in the match.
NXT Women's Champion Asuka's been title holder a record 504 days. Think about that. Does it end tonight? An NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3. The Eclipse! Moon hits the Eclipse! We have a new NXT Women's Champion! Oh, wow! Oh, so close!
Ember's got to keep it up.
Moon was able to nail Asuka with the Eclipse.
But it's going to take moves like that to put Asuka away. She's never lost. Oh my goodness.
That was the closest that I have seen Asuka come to losing the NXT Women's title. How much is left in Ember Moon's arsenal, Nigel?
Well, that is a big question, but I've got to agree with you, Percy. Moon has to continue, has to push the advantage now that she has it. Let's take a look at this. Picture perfect. Corkscrew, stunner, and a deep pinfall, but somehow the Empress of Tomorrow kicks out.
1 count away from history.
He's going up again.
The gutsy, the resilient, the take no prisoners Ember Moon. What? Asuka, remember the first match had similar situation with the ref. Asuka grabs a trunk. 2 counts. Oh, the referee caught it. The referee caught the fact that Asuka was holding the trunks. Good job.
Great call from the referee. Saw the hand for the trunk.
Super kick by Ember Moon. Asuka kicks out again.
Ember can't believe it. He's irate right
The
now.
adrenaline coursing through the veins of Ember Moon.
Don't give up now.
We have never seen in 504 days the NXT Women's Champion in such peril.
Ember's got to get back on the attack. Don't wait for Asuka to recover.
Never have I seen Asuka hurt so much, so close to being beaten.
Why isn't Asuka Ember Moon, go for the cover. Asuka looks to be out.
Looks like it. No!
She played possum.
No!
Looking for the cross-arm breaker.
Ember got his hands
The Cerebral champion. Roll up here. Match put cover by
Asuka lock.
Asuka lock.
In the center as well, has the body scissors.
Ember Moon came so close. She does not want to capitulate now, but in the grips of the Asuka lock.
Asuka's got Ember in the center of the ring. It doesn't look good.
Moon is fading.
And Moon takes the tap. The record reign continues.
Here's your winner by submission and still the NXT Women's Champion, Asuka.
Hey, look, Ember's got everything to be proud of. She's no need to be ashamed of herself. I've never seen Ember fight so hard in her life.
Asuka's NXT Women's title reign continues in a record 504 days, but this was the toughest day at the office for the most dominant champion in NXT history.
There's no question about it. Ember Moon gave absolutely everything, but she made one mistake. Let's take a look early on in the match. A great idea, a great move. Suplex with that arm hammerlock. damage to the injured shoulder, and Ember was always going to be hurting from there. Nonetheless, she was able to hit the eclipse off the top. It looked like Asuka was out, but somehow she kicked out. What a reaction though, look at the face. She couldn't believe it. She went for it a second time, but unfortunately, the referee was in the way. Instead opting for the crossbody. Now the referee did catch the tights being held, so called it.
And we thought that was it. Ember caught Asuka right on the chin. But the resilience of the undefeated champion was able to kick out.
I said before, she only made one mistake, and that was giving Asuka the opportunity. She was lying in wait, nearly beat her then still, but then a great transition from that pinfall attempt into the Asuka lock. The torque on the shoulder, the forearm across the jaw, no choice but to tap.
Records are made to be broken, but not tonight, not at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3. Where the Empress of Tomorrow remains NXT Women's Champion.
And the question still stands. It still remains. Who can defeat Asuka?
What a match. What an effort. What a champion. We have never seen anything like Asuka.
No question about it. An icon in our own time.
But when will it be Ember Moon's time? Because I feel it's coming.
Let's take a look again. Here off the top rope. Great torque there with the neck. And it did manage to get a deep pinfall attempt, but she couldn't believe it. She could not believe it, and then even at the last minute, got the pinfall attempt, but look at the way that Asuka transitions from that straight into the Asuka lock. That's experience, and that's a champion. Bobby Scissors as well. No way, absolutely no way Ember Moon is getting out of this. She had no choice. Eventually, we were going to have to tap.
Ember Moon suffered her first loss at NXT TakeOver Orlando to NXT Women's Champ Asuka. The emotion etched on her face, the injury that cost her another opportunity, and then tonight, she gave it all she had. Her family here, and look at the appreciation of the NXT Universe. Tremendous amount of respect being shown for Ember Moon. And yeah, it's a loss, Nigel, but more than that, it's a learning experience.
Absolutely. Every loss is an opportunity to learn and a lesson to take one step closer to that championship.
She proved herself to the entire world tonight. We've seen Ember Moon put away superstar after superstar with that Eclipse. Tonight, she just came up a little bit short.
She came within a 1 count of becoming NXT Women's Champion. As the NXT Universe salutes her in what was a tremendous NXT Women's title match.
My God, my God.
There he is at ringside. Kevin Owens, former NXT champion and former US champion, who will have an opportunity tomorrow night against AJ Styles with Shane McMahon as the referee.
The mouthpiece of Maryville and NXT alum, and wow, Samoa Joe, along with Shinsuke Nakamura, the only two-time NXT champions. Sunday at SummerSlam, he'll be involved in the fatal four-way match. His hopes to become Universal Champion. And speaking of champions. What a match we just witnessed between one of the most incredible sports entertainers that I've ever seen, Oscar. But let's not discount the efforts of Ember Moon as well.
Ember Moon gave absolutely everything, but she just made one mistake. She waited too long.
It's been an electrifying night of action here at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3, and we're not done with the title action there, Percy.
No, of course not. We have Bobby Roode defending his title against a very driven Drew McIntyre.
Yes, Drew McIntyre, the #1 contender. And maybe, on paper, he is arguably the most formidable test of Bobby Roode's self-proclaimed glorious run as NXT champion. How did we get to NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3? Let's find out.
Last year in Brooklyn was my debut.
Top to bottom, Bobby Roode in NXT changes the game.
It was the beginning of my NXT.
NXT needs Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode is spectacular. The man has won championships all over the world.
My goal from day one was to be the champion, to rule NXT, to be the face of this brand.
Bobby Roode, the new NXT champion.
For the last 12 months, every person that has gone in the ring with me, I've knocked them down, and I've stood tall with this NXT championship.
What's that mention on my heel?
I am going to take this company to the next level.
Perhaps the end is drawing near.
It began last August at the Barclays Center.
NXT will be
And it's still going today, 1 year later.
glorious.
You never hear the shot that takes you down.
Drew McIntyre is back.
As far as I was concerned, there was only one place I was ever going to go.
I could have signed anywhere in the world, but I don't want to be anywhere else but right here in NXT.
It was the right time to come back here, and it was time for me to go and fulfill the prophecy.
Once upon a time, I was not the man that stands before you right now.
This man, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a future world champion.
I was known as the chosen one.
Drew feels he doesn't have to pay any dues. He's almost entitled to success.
And I know from experience looking into Bobby Roode's eyes, all I see is entitlement. But I got news for you, Bobby. You're not entitled to a damn thing.
You're damn right I'm entitled.
I saw a lot of money in Drew McIntyre back in the day.
There is nobody that can match my unlimited potential.
And then it all fell apart. Drew McIntyre has potential. But that's all he'll ever be.
I fell down very, very hard, picked my arse up, and climbed myself back to where I am, and I only intend to go one way and take NXT with me.
We all walk side by side as equals around here.
I'm the ultimate star.
Bobby, we have a message for you.
It's not we, it's me.
You are not NXT.
This is my NXT.
We are NXT.
Paint the picture how you want it. It's yours to make it.
I'm ready. Now is the time. Now I'm ready to lead NXT into the future.
Come Brooklyn! You will be staring across the ring at the new NXT champion.
I hope Drew doesn't take me lightly.
Bobby Roode, what's he doing?
Because if he does, he's in for a pretty quick night.
Oh, a glorious DDT, and is that a sign of things to come?
Bobby Roode didn't need to be chosen. Because everybody knows that Bobby Roode is simply the one.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the NYPD Emerald Society Pipes and Drums.
McIntyre has made the most of his second stint under the WWE umbrella, has fought his way to the #1 contender spot, and arguably the most formidable challenger to Bobby Roode's NXT title reign. Will the surging Scot realize his lifelong dream of becoming champion tonight?
Make no bones about it, this is going to be a huge test for the glorious Bobby Roode. McIntyre has looked unstoppable since he's returned in the best shape of his life, focused, but I think he made a big mistake taking the match with Roderick Strong 3 days ago. When else in fighting sports would you see that?
Undefeated here in NXT. puts the glorious in vainglorious. His ego is the size of the Empire State Building, and his arrogance has been amplified exponentially since shocking Shinsuke Nakamura to become NXT champion in January. However, one must not discount the preternatural skills that have earned the NXT Wolf of Wall Street a championship pedigree.
I tell you what, the champion Bobby Roode says that this is his NXT, but I tell you what, if Drew McIntyre has anything to do with it, there's going to be some big changes here at NXT, I guarantee.
There he the reigning, defending and defining NXT champion.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the NXT Championship. Introducing the challenger from Ayr, Scotland, weighing 254 pounds, Drew McIntyre. And his opponent, from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing 235 pounds, he is the NXT champion, the glorious Bobby Roode!
Social media has been buzzing throughout the night. Hashtag NXT TakeOver, been trending #1 worldwide throughout the evening, and we have reached the main event for the NXT Championship. Bobby Roode defending the title against the #1 contender, Drew McIntyre. The bell. And Nigel, I want you to do your best DJ Khaled impression. What is the major key to victory for both competitors, beginning with the champion, Bobby Roode?
Well, take a look at the picture there. Look at the size difference between Roode and his opponent. Got to be, what, 3 to 4 inches, and I'd say about 30 to 40 pounds. So you're in there with a bigger man, you've got to chop him down to your size. If you're McIntyre, keep pressing that advantage. Make it difficult for Roode to breathe, which is exactly what he's doing here.
You want to be a part of the conversation on social media? It's hashtag NXT Championship.
As I said before, though, an important factor, just 3 days ago on NXT television, McIntyre faced Roderick Strong in a match that really he had very little to gain from and everything to lose from. Yes, he won the match, but I guarantee you he's not 100% today.
And Bobby Roode interjected himself in that match. He actually made the 4th title defense of the NXT Championship against Roderick Strong, on NXT TV. Here tonight, it's Drew McIntyre, and there's the size advantage already paying dividends.
That power advantage as well.
Bobby Roode's a champion. He's a veteran. He's going to take his time.
I can guarantee you one thing. Drew is going to look to intimidate Roode tonight.
So Winston Churchill said, success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is courage to continue that counts. And after leaving WWE, Drew McIntyre became one of the busiest sports entertainers on the planet, traveling the globe, honing his craft. And since returning, again, yet to taste defeat, and now 1 win away from becoming NXT champ.
Roode backing up again. Maybe it'd be good to go to the outside.
Can't escape the clutches of Drew McIntyre, but he does turn the tables and delivering a series of knife-edge chops to the challenger.
Where we go? Oh! Close, close, close. He was thinking of that glorious DDT.
He knew what was coming. Got out of there.
Wait for it, guys. Now, who is doing the intimidating?
No time for showboating here.
Bobby Roode making it clear it's his NXT, letting McIntyre know he was that close to being on the receiving end of a glorious DDT. But they're back at close quarters now. Reversal arm wringer by McIntyre, but then Roode uncorks a right hand.
Now Roode picking up the pace.
Reversal on the Irish Whip, a tip up by Roode. That time though, fair. well scouted by McIntyre.
Bobby went to the well one too many times.
Rude one step ahead. Or excuse me, McIntyre. Rude sent for the right. McIntyre telegraphs a back body drop, but there's a big boot that sends Rude crashing to the canvas. And again, all it takes is that one Claymore kick. We could have a new NXT champion.
I just tossed Bobby Roode around the ring.
An incredible display of strength on the part of Drew McIntyre.
Well, McIntyre is just so much more confident in his game now.
You can see the maturity level, the composure, the fact that he knows he now belongs in this spot.
Look at that. Wow. Tossing the champion like a rag doll. Normally, if you're going to suplex someone, you have to get your hips lower than them. It's superhuman strength of McIntyre to be able to pick up 232 pounds like that.
Bobby Roode in all kinds of trouble, courtesy of Drew McIntyre. And again, the champion's advantage, though. McIntyre has to pin or submit Bobby Roode inside the ring.
Can't beat him by a count out, can't get that title.
Oh! McIntyre catching the NXT champion in midair.
Bobby just got intercepted.
Oh, and Roode walks right into the back elbow of McIntyre. And again, the referee administering that count. And it's to the benefit of the NXT champion, Bobby Roode. Oh, wow, tilt-a-whirl. Slam on the apron, the lower back of Bobby Roode feeling the full effects of that.
The question is, though, what effects has McIntyre felt from that match with Strong 3 days ago? Let's take a look here. Picks up the champion, tilt-a-whirl onto the apron. Very little give on the outside there. Damage done to the back of the champion.
Dueling chants here by the NXT Universe, respecting both the NXT champion, Bobby Roode, and the challenger, Drew McIntyre. Roode avoiding calamity there with that well-placed knee strike. Oh, swinging neckbreaker off the middle rope by Bobby Roode that sends McIntyre to the outside.
Wasn't pretty, but a lot of damage done. McIntyre falling awkwardly onto the apron and into the floor. Take a look here. Look at the way his neck ricochets off of that middle rope and then the apron again.
It's that ring IQ by Bobby Roode, using every part of the ring to his advantage as a weapon.
Oh! Bobby Roode flying off the apron with that blockbuster-type neck breaker on Drew McIntyre.
Well, this is smart for Bobby Roode. He keeps this on the outside. What a genius plan. You can't lose the title on the outside. But you can certainly get some damage done.
Roode slamming McIntyre's head into the barricade around ringside. Finally rolling McIntyre into the ring to break the referee's count, but he's not done with the outside. Shenanigans! Big elbow right into the throat of Drew McIntyre. And that will hinder his breathing.
It's a great time for Bobby to unload, just like he's doing. Drew's down and can't breathe. Smart.
The longer this match goes, the more I think it favors Bobby Roode. McIntyre, a bigger man. The bigger the guy is, the more difficult it is for him to breathe. Certainly the longer a match goes.
But keep in mind, Drew McIntyre is a completely different breed. The guy's been in wars in the ring before, and he can straight out go.
We've talked about the power of Drew McIntyre, but the shrewd, wily champion, Bobby Roode, a step ahead with that corner clothesline. Hangman's neckbreaker, Roode awakening. And a 2 count for Bobby Roode, who has been a champion wherever he's competed now. Over 200 days as NXT champion after defeating Shinsuke Nakamura. And Bobby Roode is bringing the fight to Drew McIntyre. And well aware of the 5 count that he gets here. He knows every nuance of a championship match.
That's why he's the champion.
Knowing Bobby Roode, he will milk every last second of it, too.
Not a lot of mustard behind those shots. You can understand why.
McIntyre unloading a knife-edge chop, trying to regain momentum. Reversal on the Irish whip into the corner as McIntyre goes back first into the turnbuckles. And Bobby Roode remains one step ahead of the #1 contender, Drew McIntyre, the crafty champion, measuring up his prey. Missile drop kick by Roode, comes off the turnbuckle, mixing up his attack for a 2 count.
I don't know if you guys caught it, but I just thought I saw there was a deep, deep thigh bruise on the left quadricep of Bobby Roode. I'm not sure when he would have sustained that. Perhaps the apron, I'm not sure. That could certainly be a factor, though.
Well, I can say, as of this point, it's not seeming to bother him at all.
The longer this match goes, the more he's going to feel it. Here we go in the match. A beautiful drop kick off the top, felling the big guy, but he continues to push the onslaught.
Bobby Roode, a 19-year veteran. The 32-year-old McIntyre started training at the age of 15. Both of them looking for their magnum opus in this, the main event of NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3, with the NXT Championship hanging in the balance. Bobby Roode looking for the sleeper.
Got it.
Wait.
Is it under the chin? Yes. Is it on the carotid artery? It looks like it, but perhaps not enough. As McIntyre is up.
McIntyre driving Bobby Roode back first into the turnbuckles. And that will allow him to escape the sleeper. McIntyre needs to make some adjustments here, and wow, Roode looking to adjust to McIntyre's dental work with that kick.
Yes.
Oh, beautiful overhead belly-to-belly throw by McIntyre. Will this be the opportunity he's been looking for?
No question about it. It's created some separation, some space. The question is, who attacks first? Roode was coming in looking perhaps for a clothesline, but instead McIntyre catches him with a strong belly-to-belly.
And McIntyre just caught him with a back elbow as Roode ran right into him, and oh! Roode gets dropped chin first on the top turnbuckle after being launched by Drew McIntyre. McIntyre now beginning to amplify his attack. Man, the toll that this battle has taken on both competitors here at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Oh, and McIntyre takes to the skies and drops down with a clothesline, and there's the athletic surging Scott with a gip up. And maybe McIntyre signaling his second wind has now arrived. But Bobby Roode trying to beat down the challenger. Manhattan drop by Bobby Roode. Oh, and a knee lift by the NXT champion comes off the ropes. Caught by McIntyre in midair. Into a fireman's carry. Oh, and airing crash there by Drew McIntyre.
Oh. 2.5. I hate to sound like a broken record, but just not enough body weight across the shoulder. You can understand why, though. Got to be exhausted.
McIntyre calls this the Celtic Cross. And he was almost able to cross NXT Championship off his bucket list with a victory, but Bobby Roode remaining tough here. The stakes have never been higher for Drew McIntyre during his NXT tenure. He just got his neck snapped off the top rope as the NXT champion buys valuable time.
More damage done to that neck. We saw the neck breaker off the middle rope on the outside.
And Bobby Roode looking to go all the way to the top turnbuckle. He's intercepted by Drew McIntyre.
Very rare mistake there from the champion, taking his eye off of his opponent for a second. McIntyre capitalized.
Oh boy.
McIntyre looking for his pièce de résistance, but Bobby Roode, cognizant of what's at stake, valiantly unloading these right hands, dropping McIntyre back to the canvas. Oh, McIntyre all the way up to the top turnbuckle. Oh! And McIntyre gets his egg scrambled by Bobby Roode. And McIntyre in a perilous position. Oh, and McIntyre now tied. He's in the tree of woe.
The back of his skull hit the mat.
Will the glorious NXT title reign of Bobby Roode continue?
My NXT!
Oh, wow! Core strength of Drew McIntyre on display. Launching the NXT champion halfway across the ring. Oh, could we see the game changer, the Claymore?
Roode looks like he's out. Breathing heavily in the center of the ring, but he's not getting up.
In a prostrate position here.
But is this smart? Is this a game plan? I don't know.
We saw Asuka do something similar in the NXT Women's Championship match. It's a wily maneuver, and yes!
Yep, it's clear.
It is. Bridging, pin cover, and a 2 count for Bobby Roode. Looking for future shock was Drew McIntyre. Oh, backstabber by Bobby Roode, and the cover. Oh, and Bobby Roode almost retained the NXT title right there. Every moral fiber of Drew McIntyre's being went into kicking out.
You gotta keep in mind how much damage has been done to the neck of Drew McIntyre up to this point.
Here, take a look. Beautiful backstabber from the champion. Those knees slipping off the back of the shoulders into the back of the skull.
And an uptick in the offensive output of Bobby Roode, lighting up Drew McIntyre with those strikes in the corner. Oh, what a crushing corner clothesline by Bobby Roode. Looking for that neckbreaker, backslide by McIntyre. Shoulders down, and Bobby Roode just escapes. Future shot, DDT. Do we have a new NXT champion? Almost. Wow.
What guts and determination from Bobby Roode, refusing to quit.
And what about Drew McIntyre resorting to every high-octane move in his arsenal, yet to put away the NXT champion? He's shocked that Future Shock didn't do it.
Well, great execution on the DDT. Driving Roode's head into the mat, but Roode would not quit.
Fireman's carry by Drew McIntyre. Former WWE Intercontinental Champion and Tag Team Champion, yet he says the NXT title may mean even more because of what it represents in his career. Are we going to... Whoa!
Whoa!
Reversal here by Bobby Roode. Liger bomb! Will this be enough? Roode's arm draped over. Drew McIntyre able to roll that right shoulder just in the nick of time.
Bobby barely had enough energy to get his arm on Drew McIntyre for the cover.
What an incredible match for the NXT Championship.
Here it was out of the corner. Beautiful powerbomb. Got all of it. But like Percy said, just too weak. Couldn't hook the leg. Not enough left in the tank.
All he was able to do was drape that right arm over Drew McIntyre. McIntyre able to escape, but McIntyre finding it difficult to get back to a vertical base using the ropes. How much is left in his proverbial tank as Roode unloads another right hand?
Both guys almost running on fumes now. At this point in the match, it goes beyond your training, goes beyond your strategy. It goes to your heart. How much do you want it?
It's the ring of truth. This is where you find out who you really are as a man, who you really are as an NXT superstar. And Bobby Roode and Drew McIntyre pulling out all the stops. A slugfest breaks out in Brooklyn. Oh, step of enziguri by Bobby Roode. Talk about the ring IQ of the NXT champion, knowing that the bottom rope was right there after having its bell rung. Listen to this, guys.
The sound of that Claymore upside the jaw of Bobby Roode would have beaten any other man apart from the NXT champion.
How did Bobby Roode know where the bottom rope was after getting decimated with that Claymore? And of course, Drew McIntyre needs the NXT champion back in the ring if he is to become champion. He cannot claim the title via countout.
Can't beat him on the outside.
McIntyre coming off the ropes. Top hero! Mamma mia! Drew McIntyre throwing caution to the wind and wiping out Bobby Roode.
He may have wiped himself out at the same time.
We're talking about a guy who is 6'5", 254 pounds with a tope con hero. He caught Bobby Roode by surprise. He caught the entire NXT universe by surprise.
At this point in the match, you got to throw safety to the wind and do something completely unorthodox.
I don't
know. All
know.
about championship gold right here, fellas.
I don't know if I agree with that. Look at the damage now. He's grabbing at his back. There's damage done. He's got to get Roode in the ring.
Yes, he does. The dead weight of the NXT champion, Bobby Roode. Referee administering the count. McIntyre rolling Roode back into the ring. Will he seize the opportunity? Carpe diem, seize the day.
Here we go.
The biggest day of Drew McIntyre's NXT career.
Watch out, Bobby.
Oh, double spine buster by Bobby Roode. And that will realign the spine and jack the back of Drew McIntyre. Wow.
What a move.
Just like that, the pendulum of momentum swinging back in the favor of the NXT champion.
Oh, here we go.
Glorious DDT, no! Shoulders are down for a 2 count, wow!
There it is!
Glorious DDT by Bobby Roode! Will he retain the gold? McIntyre escapes! Drew McIntyre not to be denied!
I am shocked. McIntyre almost superhuman. He injured his back on the tope con hilo. He took the spine buster as well. And then the glorious DDT. Still he was able to kick out.
Bobby Roode and Drew McIntyre have taken the best of their respective opponent here tonight. And yet this NXT Championship match rages on.
What does Roode know now? Hit it again?
Roode nursing a lower back injury. And yet, yes, that's exactly what he's going to do. Going back to the well with another glorious DDT.
Cover him.
And I think the cover should be out once.
Again?
He's looking to hit the trifecta.
This has got to be the end.
Here at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3, we're looking for 3 glorious DDTs, but McIntyre with the Claymore! The Claymore by the Southern Scott! We got a new NXT champion!
Here's your winner, and the new NXT champion, Drew McIntyre!
Here in the concrete jungle where dreams are made of, Drew McIntyre uses his concrete hard Claymore kick to dethrone Bobby Roode from the chosen one to #1 in NXT.
Unbelievable. The city that never sleeps has a great reason not to sleep tonight. We got a new champion here at NXT, Drew McIntyre.
Well, let's take a look at how this went down. McIntyre looking fondly on that championship right now. What a journey this man has taken. Can came into WWE at 21 years old. Here he is today. Let's see how this all went down. Here McIntyre trying all the way round into it. What looked like, yes, that implant DDT covered him. I thought it was over. Somehow, the Celtic Colossus kicked out. The match would continue. Tried for it a second time, but instead, that short headbutt from McIntyre. He follows up with a Claymore. You could see Rude was out. No way, he was kicking out. We have a new NXT champion. History made. This man from Ayr, Scotland, has achieved his dream.
None other than Mr. McMahon christened him the Chosen One. Things did not work out in his first tenure with WWE despite achieving some semblance of success. But he went out and he matured, he grew as a human and as a sports entertainer. And tonight at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3, Drew McIntyre emerges as the new NXT champion.
Hats off to McIntyre, he certainly owned that championship.
He defeated one of the top champions in NXT history, Bobby Roode. What the? Come on.
It's Fish and O'Reilly.
Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish again. They made their presence known during the NXT Tag Team title match.
What are they doing?
Oh my God! It's Adam Cole!
It's Adam Cole!
What the hell?
Adam Cole, baby! In the house!
Adam Cole! Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, no strangers to one another!
What is going on?
And they are destroying the new NXT champion! Super kick by Adam Cole! Where the hell did he come from?
Wow.
We'd heard rumblings, we'd heard and read speculation and conjecture, and it's true! Adam Cole is in NXT and he's made his presence felt in a big, big way, baby!
What a statement from Adam Cole, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly.
A seismic shift in the NXT landscape here in